Hello, hello, and welcome to another riveting episode of X Talk. My name is Markus X, and this is a show where we sit down with your favorite artists, entertainers, and content creators to talk explicitly about all things extravagant. Today, I am joined by the immaculate SassieThaCap. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you
How
for
are
being
you?
here. Hey, I'm alive. Life is lifing, but things could always be worse. I probably shouldn't say that because I'm like, shit might get worse.
All right.
you know. But yeah, how are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm doing really good. About to head out, going on a trip. Very excited, and I'm ready to do some vacation, get some rest, reset, and then come back.
Huh. Well, I know we just talked about it, but for people who are listening, where are you heading off to?
I'm headed off to Thailand.
Okay, Sassy the Cap hits Thailand.
Yes.
Okay, you about to turn up out there?
At X Thailand. Yes, I want to
Uh,
do some good, some good networking. Hoping to meet some good, amazing, artists who live out there, and just, build that community.
shit, you about to be turning up with the lady boys.
Period.
Uh,
Gonna, gonna be getting
Thailand.
young.
Yes, they got the lady boys. They're gonna be lit. It's cute. One of
Mhm.
my best friends lives out in Thailand and she loves it. So you're gonna have a great time. So for people who are listening who maybe don't know who Sassy the Cap is, can you just give us a little introduction? Tell us about what you do artistically, all of that.
So, Sassy the Cat, I am an artist. That's from
Her,
Seattle,
she.
right? Right. I'm an artist from Seattle who is just all about making innovative old school music. So I like to bring like a retro vibe to all my music. Like everything I do will probably be a different genre, mostly new school stuff, but also it's always gonna have like an old school feel to it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I started making music when I was like 6 years old, but I started like pursuing it and like turning it into a career when I was like 19.
Okay.
So like
And
kind of
you're
like during like
you're
quarantine
still a
time.
little baby. You're still very young, right?
Yeah, I'm 22, so I'm not
Okay.
so baby, I'm a little grown.
You're no, 22 is fully a little baby still.
It's okay. I'll take it then. If I'm still a little baby, then I'll take it. I'll try to keep
Huh.
the young
Um,
cool.
that's right. Young
Right.
forever. So okay, so when you say that you do retro music, so this is I know it, but for people who are listening, you rap, you're a rapper. Rap strips.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
I do rap, but sometimes I'll sing a little bit. I mostly like to do like harmonize or stack vocals to give more of like a old school choir like effect for my
mhm,
music.
mhm.
Yeah. So like I take inspiration from like I really enjoy like Mary J. Blige, of course. A lot of people say Aaliyah. Well, I do like Aaliyah too, but I would say more so Lauren Hill. Um, but yeah, but I like Aaliyah too. So
I love Aaliyah. R.I.P. Baby
right,
girl.
R.I.P. to the Queen. She
Uh,
was giving us life. She was giving us life. We have the same
yes.
birthday.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
yeah, that is crazy.
So Aaliyah was one of my first like favorite artists, and so I'm a little bit older than you. And so I must have been, let me think. When she passed away, I was like 10, 11. I was still young, like super young.
Yeah,
But it really like, that was like the first time that I like remember it coming on the news and I was just like crying as this like 10-year-old kid. Cause like I was listening to her music all the time back and forth. Like I had like her CDs and like I was just like listen to her music all the time. So it was like it like sent a shockwave through my reality, and just to have like this
yeah.
tragedy and be like have it be such a fucked up way too that she passed away. So yeah, not to put that energy on you. You're traveling.
No,
like not to
no,
put
it was
that.
so scary. No, you're so
Yes.
right. When I never got, I wasn't there. I was born a year after. Like
Yeah.
she's on 2001, right?
Hmm.
2001 or 2000.
I think it was 2001.
Yeah, so yeah, 2 years after I was born. But when I heard about it, I was like, oh my gosh, she was so pretty. I remember I was like so
Beautiful.
sad about I was like so sad
That's,
about it when I first heard about it. But
yes.
yeah, to be able to be there, it's kind of like reminds me of like when Michael Jackson died, because I was there for
Crazy.
that
Yeah.
horrible feeling. I was like, oh my gosh, like
Especially
someone who
when we
lived
have, yes, and especially when we have like icons in our community too, like for black
right.
folk, like to see people like Aaliyah, like Left Eye, you know, like having these people pass away, Michael Jackson, Prince, like these like great, you know, icons that are like in our community too. It really sends shockwaves through, you know, the system. And I feel like also like it's like there would be some like fucked up ways that people are like passing away too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, jumping back to you. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. So, okay, so you are a rapper and you have a retro vibe. You were telling us.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that start at? Because it was interesting to me to find out that you're so young, and then also to be creating like this very like old school type hip hop. You know. So
Yeah.
where did that begin for you?
Honestly, I went through like a bunch of different phases throughout my music. Like when I was in high school, I was making more so R&B, more so like Queen Naja type of music.
Mm,
And then when I got to high school, like about to graduate time, I was making trap music, like Cuban
okay.
Doll, Molly Brazy. Like I was making music like that. And then as I got older, I was just like boom bap. Like it was during quarantine. I heard one song like this beat, and I just started rapping. I was like, oh yeah, this is sick.
Hmm.
And then that Sassy the Cat was just born. Like
So Sassy the Cap then, what like you took on this, I mean, because your name is Sassy, right?
my name is Sassy. The Cap
Okay.
is the cap.
Oh, okay. So
Mhm.
so but you officially made that your artist name then when you started picking up like this retro sound, or once you really started to dive into that bag.
I
Okay.
started to
Yeah,
dive
that's
really
interesting.
into like my spiritual self, like,
Mm.
and I wanted to put that into my music because that's what has a lot of meaning to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
Okay.
was like Sassy because yeah,
Okay. And you grew up in Seattle?
I was born in Seattle, but then I moved to New Jersey and then moved back to Seattle.
Okay. What is the scene like in Seattle? I'm curious, especially like the music scene.
Yeah, so it's very different than most scenes.
Mm.
Um, but I don't know. It's very interesting. Like a lot of people will follow you on Instagram and like know you on Instagram, or and when they see you in person, they won't say anything.
Hmm.
You know, so they're very I guess introverted. I don't know
Yeah.
how to
I feel like
describe.
that's people, honestly, like that's people in general. Like I've lived in a few different cities now as well. And I feel like through my whole artistic journey, like that's just kind of people in general. Like people will be weird like that. And like I'm the kind of person, if I recognize somebody online, like and then I see them in person, like I'll go up to them and be like, what's up? Like, you know, like we've chatted
Yeah,
before online or whatever. But yeah, people, I don't think that's just a Seattle thing. I think that that's just people in general being weird.
no, yeah, like it's just out here it feels a lot stronger because when I'm in like in San Francisco, when I'm in your city,
Yeah.
it's just feels like whenever I see somebody I see that I follow, we're like,
Mm,
hey, way more
mm,
willing. I feel like way more out. But Seattle has this thing called the Seattle freeze. So I
mhm.
guess people just start being statues and I don't know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
freezing and not trying to talk. So
It's interesting too, and the reason why I was curious what the scene is like there as well, especially
mm-hmm.
to be a rapper, I feel like when I think about Seattle, we know of, you know, Kurt Cobain, you know, the grunge movement coming up out of Seattle, but I don't know if I can place any like rappers from Seattle, you know, except for you now. So
Mm-hmm.
I was curious. I imagine there's probably still like a pretty strong grunge or like that kind of like rock, like alternative music probably still runs strong out there, right? But I was
Yes, there's a
curious
huge
then.
drop.
Yeah. So yeah, I was
Mhm.
just curious like what the rap scene is like too. Um,
Yeah, so there's a very big diverse rap scene. We have a lot of artists that are coming up out from, Seattle, including myself.
mhm,
So the Seattle scene, when it comes to rappers, I feel like now they're starting to get took more serious than before.
mhm.
So I feel like in the next coming years, or like you'll see more people from Seattle popping up. Like we have people like Yanni, he's coming
Okay.
up from Seattle. He's pretty popular. He does pretty great music. I think he just did a show out in LA. So yeah, he's been really doing his stuff too.
Is there anybody out there that you're just like, I don't fuck with this motherfucker? There are people in the
I
scene
don't
and
know.
you see them and you'll be like, hmm.
I don't know if there's anybody else that I don't fuck with. There's people that I really don't really care to talk to. Like
Sure.
I don't start beef because it's like, what's the point? I don't really want to like have no with you, but it's just I'm not gonna pay you no mind. I don't owe you no mind. You know, I'm
Yeah, I
gonna do
mean
me.
that that's very mature of you.
Yeah, like I'm gonna talk my shit though and be like, yeah, this motherfucker really like, I could tell they look weird, but
Yeah, 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 yeah.
other than that,
Okay. Well, this seems like a good point to go ahead and jump into our first break. For this first break, I am going to play your song that you always say that you love so much every time it pops up on Instagram. So this is Illuminati by Marcus X from my new album Heaven's Gate, the deluxe edition. And we will be right back with you.
yeah.
Yo, make a nigga sweet like Kool-Aid. Got him in the fields like 2 days. Walk him like a dog and he don't stray. Running up a check called for play. Feed him all cake like birthdays. All they want is X and get paid. Seeing it a little, got him dreaming. Commit cup cream in the middle, creme brulee. Now fuck it up. Ups go out the way talking us. This pussy so cum. Put it in their face, tell them suck it up. Murder bitches, eat them up. Bury them, won't leave no crumbs. So my nigga in the back, roll the blunt and watch me while I hit it. Uchi Wally, eyes on my body. Uchi Wally, feeling like Illuminati. Uchi Wally, eyes on my body. Uchi Wally, feeling like Illuminati.
All right, welcome back. That was Illuminati by Marcus X. And I am here with SassieThaCap. So Sassy was telling us that she lives in Seattle, Washington. She is a rapper. And now I want to dive into what you're working on currently, if you have anything that you can share with us.
So currently, I have been working on some more, of course, '90s hits. I do have
Ah,
some more pop in music, some different category stuff. I have been nervous. I have been nervous to release the new stuff only because, I know people aren't used to that, aren't used
uh-huh.
to hearing that sassy. But this is the year that you're going to get something new and you're going to appreciate it. You take what you take and you don't be upset or you're not going to get nothing, you
Right.
know?
Let them know.
So, yeah. I'm just working on, we also have a Black History Month song coming out soon. So I'm really excited for that.
Okay.
Just waiting to come back still, but
Okay.
yeah.
So when you say that you're releasing like new stuff, do you mean like less of like the like a retro sound then? Something that
Yeah.
sounds more to like okay, so you're switching up a little bit, but then you also have more of like the old school hip hop type vibes coming too.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. So you're hitting people with a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yeah, so you better be appreciative type situation,
Right,
It's
right.
like
Well,
you get this
if
and
right, if you're rolling it all
you
out, it's like they shouldn't have anything to complain about then, right?
right.
No.
That part.
You're like you're well fed, okay? Um
Right. Over that.
uh-huh. So do you would you say that you started finding the most success once you were rolling out the old school vibes and like the retro type feeling when you came out as Sassy the Cap with your music?
Yeah. Yeah. When I
Okay.
started doing the retro sound, people loved that. And I was just
Yeah.
like, well, okay. I mean, honestly, I hadn't dropped any of my music that I made in middle school and high school. I never
Uh-huh.
dropped any of that. So I don't really know what people would have thought of that. I'm sure they would have thought it was good,
Yeah.
honestly, my, you know, but I feel like the first time I ever like touched success was really with my 90s music.
Okay. So does it feel a little scary then, to be releasing something for this audience who has really latched onto that type of vibe from you? Does it feel a little scary to be doing something a
Absolutely.
little different? Okay.
Absolutely. It feels really scary because it's just like, who I don't want people to be like, oh, this is bad, you know. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like, remember that I did music for me because I always wanted to do music. Like I said, I started making music when I was 6. I wasn't thinking about the bag when I was 6.
Yeah.
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 So I
It's
want to continue for me.
Yeah, it gets difficult too because, and I think a lot of mainstream artists experience this as well, where something will pop off for them and then they are kind of stuck in that box, right? And so
Hmm.
sometimes artists are able to navigate out of that and to be able to experiment and try different sounds. And like if they have a loyal fan base, people stick with them. And, but I do, and especially if, you get signed to a label or something and something pops off, like the label is like, this is what you need to do. This is the
Right.
box that you're like, this is the bag that you're in. Like, this is what made you money, And so if we look at an
You gotta,
artist like Ice Spice, for example, who popped off with a sound and now is like trying to, has continued to try to recreate that, but it hasn't really worked out, right? So yeah, no, I imagine that you're gonna be the success is gonna continue to flow to you, but I can imagine that is scary too.
yeah, it's pretty scary. I think it's something like, you definitely have to work through and have to like remember that you gotta be confident and
Hmm.
you're doing this, you're not doing this for other people.
Yeah,
And you will quickly learn to realize if you are doing it for other people, if you start feeling really bad anxiety for it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
if you are, you gotta do is work through that, just work through that, fix that, heal that trauma, whatever that is, and start doing what you want to do. Start doing for you, not
Mm.
for others.
Words, words of wisdom coming from Sassy the Cat. uh Okay, are you gonna be so is the game plan then to just release like singles and like one-offs, or are you planning to put out a full body of work?
So a lot of people do want a full body of work. I am gonna drop a few singles before I decide to drop my full body of work, though.
Okay. Okay. So do you think if you were to look into your crystal ball, the full body of work would come out sometime this year, or do you think that would be something that's maybe coming maybe next year or the year after?
It would possibly be more so, we could say end of the year, beginning next year.
Okay. Okay. Well, things to look forward to. And you did say that you have a song coming out for Black History Month as well. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Since that's
Yeah,
coming, there we're here. We're already here.
right here. So basically, it's just a song that I really connected with when I wrote it. It was all about the protest that was happening in 2020. Just about the movement and how no justice, no peace.
Yeah.
Um, somebody really important in our community, Elijah Lewis, he passed away. He was shot. And I wanted to shout him out in the song and really pay tribute to him because he
Mm.
sacrificed his life. So, shout out to him, RIP to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. And the other vibes that you're working on, what's been inspiring you with those?
Honestly, my own pain and
Ah,
whatever I be going through, you know.
yeah.
Sometimes it's my own way to really release, crying ain't always gonna do it. And you can't always be looking for other people,
Yeah.
to support you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, I can't wait to hear the new music, and I know that everybody else is excited to hear it as well.
yeah.
Um, do you have any fun collaborations coming out or any shout outs for people that you're working with?
Yes, I got some cool collaborations coming out. I'm excited to drop my song with Taylor Elizabeth. That's gonna be great. It's gonna
Who?
be dope.
You said
Taylor Elizabeth.
Taylor Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
She goes by, yeah, it's like Taylor Elizabeth.
Okay.
And we're gonna put it on. I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be super lit. NB Jordan, we're gonna be dropping a song as well. So I'm excited to drop that with him.
Okay.
And yeah, you know, I don't like spilling too much tea.
Oh, okay. Sassy the Cap not coming through with no more exclusives.
All right.
she's like I've been putting out enough information. All right. Okay. Well, do you want to tell us a little bit about, before we roll into the second break? Do you want to talk about the song that we're going to be playing today?
Okay, so the song we played today is my song "Do For Me." It's actually one of my favorite songs, especially because, of course, like I said before, I like the stack vocals. So the stack vocals in the beginning, and just really a harmonious like choir sound, and then there's good bars in it. Like, it's just a song that's about how if you are really there for me, you're gonna show that. Okay, do
Yes.
for me as for you, type
That's
of
right.
situation.
Okay, well, with that, let's go ahead and hit it. This is Do For Me by Sassy the Cap.
SassieThaCap, taking silhouettes, hoping he can draw me on the internet like cigarettes, trying to smoke to see if he ain't in my head. Baby, I'm trying, but baby, I'm blind. Yo, posting me, saying that you love me, plead the hope for me, showing me, said you keep me safe, so keep the coke from me, hope for me, said you know my worth, you know there's hope for me, you vote for me, so you kept me fed and kept on bloating me, you always keep my secrets, no exposing me, always got me on top, cause you ain't getting over me, like got me riding real nice, Range Rover me, he attached like superpower, bitch, supernova me, what up, toxic shit, can't get away from my toxicness, stop your shit, mommy said act right or she'll be popping it, my daddy's only love was really popping shit, so I try to focus on money, cause love will only cause block my shits, I want good conditions with no criticals, like someone who can stay after being ridiculed, baby, no kidding, you deserve millions, staying with a villain who is so damn despicable.
Okay, that was Do For Me. Just a little preview for you all. That was Do For Me by Sassy the Cap. So rolling right along, we're getting right into X Marks the Spot, which is a segment where listeners will ask questions. Maybe they need advice about something. Maybe they have a story to tell us. So for those of you listening, if you do want to call and leave me a voicemail or send a text message, that number is 415-448-6630. Go ahead and send me questions for a future guest. Send me anything, send me whatever you want, whole pics, and send it all.
Bye.
Sassy, are you ready? Sometimes they're not too crazy for you this episode.
Sure.
They're but they're really they can be really random. So I hope that you're ready
Okay.
for
I
a little.
am.
Okay, we'll see.
I'm
Maybe
always
there's some
ready.
curveballs in here. I'm gonna start with somebody who asked the question. Marley Angel asks, "What's your creative process when it comes to making albums?"
Okay. So my creative process, I like to have songs that really correspond. Like that just all they have to relate. They all have to be connected in some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to all have a similar sound and to like sound like brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Like a whole family on an album.
Yes.
I like
Okay. I feel that as well. I think for me, when it comes to putting together bodies of work, definitely the same as Sassy. But I would say I think about like what the concept is for like the whole project. I guess it's kind of the same thing that you're saying. I will think about like the concept that I'm going for, like what is the sound, like what kind of sounds do I want to work with? What yeah. I think about the concept first though. That's kind of where I start at. So shout out to Marley Angel. Okay, so somebody says, so a witch comes down from the sky and zaps you, turning you into an animal that most closely resembles your spirit. What animal are you gonna be?
I don't know. That's so interesting. I'm stuck between a panda and a lioness.
Oh, that's
okay. Those are like two very different animals.
I know I have two very different demons to fight.
Ha! So you're like cute, cuddly, chilling, and then on the flip
Yes,
side, you're like fearsome and ferocious.
crazy.
Love
Okay.
that.
Okay. Kid, what would yours be?
For me, probably some type of a bird of
Oh,
sorts,
Uh.
like
bird
something so I
ass
can just
bitch.
fly. Right? Yep.
Very
So
nice.
Huh.
something that flies.
Would it be
Right,
like? Would you
Okay.
be like a big bird or a little bird?
a big one, obviously,
Like
like a vulture or something. I don't
an
know, something
eagle?
cool.
Cool.
And eagles are
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, I was
A
Huh.
thinking
crow, or
Okay.
like a raven or something like that. One of those cool ass birds.
Yeah.
a flamingo.
What was
What
that?
was
I'm
that?
sorry.
A flamingo.
Oh, those are cute too. Yeah, I like a flamingo. Yeah, I
Huh.
would do a flamingo.
So pretty.
Yeah, I like flamingo.
Mine would probably be some type of like a big cat, like a leopard, or yeah, or like a fucking I would want to be like a big like python.
Oh,
Yeah,
or do you
I
Just
just
feel
like
like
a big python?
slither
like
and sexy.
I feel so well. I thought the leopard fits so well, and the python just that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Okay, well thank you for writing in. Somebody says, "Hello, I am a cis straight woman. Recently, I was down a rabbit hole while having some me time and have found a newfound desire to sleep with two men at once. Not not really sure if I have a question, but I guess I was just curious your thoughts."
Oh, um, girl, do you? But put them condoms on.
There
You
you
know,
go.
Huh.
make safe. Make sure you keep it cute. Make sure everybody clean.
Mm-hmm.
No dirty fingernails.
Huh.
And like,
Yeah, we don't want to have the Maury, who's the baby. I was sleeping with two
right,
niggas at once, and now,
No.
right. We don't want to have chlamydia enter the chat. Gonorrhea in
Right.
that chat.
huh?
Right.
Okay. You got anything to add to that, kid?
No, I agree 100% with that. Yeah, just I
Huh.
mean, do you just be safe about it?
Yeah,
Right.
I feel like
Yeah.
yeah, if you have a desire, you should just go ahead and bust that pussy open, okay? Live
Well,
your best life. Life is short. So if that's what you're feeling your vibe is, there are gonna be two men out there. Men are dogs. Two men out there are gonna gladly be
we'll be
tag teaming
happy.
you and Eiffel Towering you. So
Right.
Mhm.
yeah, if
Yeah.
that's what you want, get out there in them streets, baby
I'm
girl.
just like,
It's waiting. Your time is there. Your time is
Uh,
now.
uh. Somebody says, "Girl, I'm convinced my house is haunted. I be hearing things all the time and it randomly gets cold in different spots. How,
Well, no.
huh? It says how it does in the ghost shows. They said it randomly gets cold in different spots, how it does in the ghost shows. Do I need to
Oh,
call a priest?"
no, you need to move.
yeah, I agree. I think you should move. Maybe throw some Florida water.
Okay, period.
See
You
what
said
that's gonna
Florida
do.
water?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, try some Florida water.
But
See
like,
what
What
that.
is Florida water?
It's like it's like
People use it
it's
for
water.
perfume too, right? And like sometimes like a spritzer, like a
Yeah, it's like for bless. It's kind of like the protection. Florida
yeah.
It's
water is
from
like protection.
Florida?
Like state. It's not from Florida. I mean, it might
That's just
be
what
from.
they call it. I've heard. Yeah,
You
I
can make
like.
it there.
Yeah, like I had some girl who like showed me what Florida water is, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I spray it all over myself to like protect myself from demons, but this one has like some like perfume in it or something." And I was like, "Oh okay,
Yeah, you can use
Huh.
sage too. Sage.
yeah."
It's
And we
So
know how they
you
get down
think
in Florida, so
you think that this person should just cleanse their house?
cleanse your house and then get the fuck out of it.
yeah.
Okay.
See what's happening. See if the cleanse works first, maybe.
Yeah, I want more details. Like, is it just getting cold in spots? And like,
Right.
they said that they're hearing things all the time, and they said it randomly gets cold in different spots. But like, what are you hearing? Are you hearing like click, click, click? Like it could be the pipes. Maybe you have a heating issue. Maybe,
Right.
like maybe there's more to the story here than just automatically being like it's
Right.
ghosts.
Right.
Like
'Cause
maybe you
my
got a
grandma told
busted
me
pipe.
that.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
her house
foundation is
is freaking
settling.
cracking. Right.
Yeah, yeah. I would investigate a little bit further, but I don't know if I would automatically jump to ghosts. But you never know. It
Right.
could be
Right.
it could be haunted.
Right. It could be a ghost. Yeah.
Somebody had asked how I get the hose.
Become one.
Yeah, like
Uh,
you gotta. Well, basically, you gotta go outside. Well, for us, we have a spot called Aurora.
Love a
So
spot.
if you want to go get some hoes, Aurora.
Wait, that's like the strip, like where the prostitutes are? What is Aurora?
Yeah, that's our yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought it was
so
like
you're
a spot where like when it hooked up. Yeah.
right. So you're talking
That's
about about
Blade.
literal like prostitutes.
If you want to go get some hoes, there's the Blade. You know, you can go check
All
out.
right. Love that.
Oh, great! Like, go get it.
Kid,
Love that.
do you have any spots in your city where you be seeing where the hoes stroll?
Oh yeah. It's called Gary or not Gary. Holt Avenue.
Hoe Avenue?
Great.
Oh no, Holt. Holt.
A
HOLT.
whole. I thought you said
Yeah.
Hoe
Same
Avenue. I was like,
Yeah.
same
huh,
thing.
huh.
Right. And it's
Wait,
like this
I love
strip
that.
of like, and you randomly just drive down there. You'll like see girls in like the costumes that we wear on stage, and then like yeah, it's wild. And they're just like walking down the street with them, and like prostitute hills, and the cops are just like waiting for them. And the cops don't bother them really. You know what I mean? The cops are just right. So
Huh. I love that. I
yeah,
love that. I support
Yeah.
the girls out in the
Mhm.
streets. I support the girls.
right.
Sometimes they're a
That part.
little rough around the edges, but
They gotta protect themselves. Okay.
Right.
huh, and they
Everybody
got to
make a
do what they
living.
got to do.
Everybody has to make a little living.
Huh.
Right there.
Right.
How I get the hose? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of hoe you're talking about. Are you just talking about men or women in general, or are you talking about like actual literal like prostitutes, and like what is the vibe here? Because
Right.
if you're, and also like, are you like a man, a woman? Like, do you like men?
Yeah.
Do you like
It's
women?
different.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need some more.
There's a lot going on. There's a
Yeah,
lot
I need
going
more
on. So I
information because it's
so
easy. It's easy to get the hose if you're a gay.
right.
It's easy to get the hose. The hose
That
are
is
ready,
true.
willing, and able at any given
Right.
time.
Right.
Huh. Okay, somebody says, so my family are Trumpers, and needless to say, it caused a lot of friction between us over the past however many years. For more context, I'm a proud queer woman, and it already feels like a betrayal that they have their political views. Was curious to hear an objective opinion on how not to hate my family. This one's real serious.
I
That
know.
I'll
I'll let somebody else tackle that first.
not hate your family because of Trumpers. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't not. You know,
Ooh.
I wouldn't not. I would definitely feel some type of way. I would just say separate yourself from them, move away, far, far away, and just you could just love them from a distance. That's probably the best way to not hate them.
Stop.
Is to from a distance.
Yeah, I mean, even
Yeah.
in that, still, like, maybe there'll be like resentment, like, I had to move away because your political
Yeah.
views or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. That's tricky. And I think a lot of people are experiencing that. I would say to understand that everybody has different opinions and different views of the world. I would say that obviously, if you feel like they're not supportive of you or, your life, that's kind of goes bigger than just like Trump, or politics.
Yeah.
I would say that probably runs a little bit deeper. But yeah, I don't know. That's tough. I would hope that, I would say maybe really lean into your community, whatever that looks like for you. Because we can all have our community and our found family outside of our actual blood family as well. So maybe lean into those people, for support. And yeah, maybe like Sassy said, maybe you got to love your family from afar for a little bit until you can process and come to a space of love, you know, for your family again in your own way, in your own time. Kid?
I agree. You guys killed that. You guys ate that. I don't.
Uh,
I don't really know because I don't. I don't. I kind of stay away from politics just as a whole, just because I just know it's a sensitive topic for people. And my thing is, to be honest, I only vote for propositions. I don't vote for presidents. So whoever, I know somebody will find fault in that and want to rip me apart for that, but I don't give a damn. I would just say maybe try to know that politics is one thing, but your family is another thing, and just try to rise above it, and just know that you guys can come to a to a medium ground. I think if you guys try, instead of just everybody trying to throw facts and see who's right, who's wrong, everybody just kind of just sit down and just listen to each person's side, really trying to take an empathetic view at how people are looking at situations versus just, oh no, you're wrong because this is not how I agree with it. And really just sitting back, why does this person think this way? What in their life has caused them to think this way? You know what I mean? I just think we all have to be more empathetic if we're really going to have a conversation like that. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else to add before we move on, Sassy?
Only thing is, I just feel like it's really hard to not hate your family or feel some type of way about
just in general.
feel some type of way about your family if you know, like they're supporting somebody who's like literally anti you. Somebody who's literally completely against what you are. You know, somebody who doesn't support gay rights, someone who doesn't support trans rights, someone who doesn't support abortions. You know, you're supporting somebody. You're basically choosing them over me when you're doing that. So it's kind of.
Sorry, I was gonna say though, like that's why for me it's hard for me to get behind that, because I'm like, but we've been treated that way by like the black community forever. So it's like, for me, what is it? A white man like all of a sudden not liking gay people? It's just like, okay, I've been like, you know what I mean? Like black men have not, or even black women have not like always, you know, welcomed gay, black, you know, queer. They'll use it, you know what I mean, when it's convenient. So that's what I'm saying. Like we point our fingers to who we want to like be mad at and stuff sometimes, and I just feel like, you know, sometimes we got to look within ourselves sometimes, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just,
I understand that, yeah.
But I hear what you're saying, because I sometimes my
yeah.
family's acting like some, you know, and I just be like, come on now, like we family, like
that part.
Yeah. But I just think for politics wise, I think I can look a little bit, you know, above it for politics.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, it's such a complex topic.
Politics goes deep.
Yeah, no, 100%. Somebody asks, would you ever compete on a music TV show?
Oh my gosh. Maybe.
What's that show that's there's like the rap show that's on Netflix. I've never watched it before, but I know it's a thing.
There's the Rhythm and Flow and the Rap Game.
Oh, Rap Game is a competitive show too?
Yeah, the Rap Game. It's like, it's the one with what's that nigga name? Def Jam.
Okay. So maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Like, because I've done like a rap competition before, but with cameras. I never done with cameras, so like maybe, you know.
Would you eat them bitches up?
Like,
like
4-course meal, you know, 5 actually.
Okay, all the way to the top.
Yeah,
I feel like it would have to make sense. I'm really like, I would say like I do fine vocally live, but like the way that I layer my vocals like is a little bit different. So like I don't know if I would be best suited for what I do, like sonically. Like I don't know if it would be best suited for like co-compete. Like I've also done like a rap competition, and I won it one time a long time ago, back when I lived in San Diego. But yeah, I don't know if I would ever go on like a TV show to compete like that. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? How about you, kid?
No, I wouldn't.
Why?
There you go.
Because I feel like they're trying to take you and mold you into what you are, especially if I'm an artist that already has like spent so many years trying to build my own thing, and then all of a sudden now I'm coming in it, and just because you have a name, now you're gonna try to change who I am. I'm good. I'd rather get into
Yeah.
like a reality show or something like, talking about me already, like trying to become Kid DeVille, not me trying to be, you know, the winner of that competition show. Because then, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna come with some type of record deal, and they're not gonna let you come in there and do what you want. You know what I mean? Most of the time.
Yeah, I feel that. All right. Somebody asks, your boat crashes and you can only take 3 things with you to the nearest island. What are you going to take?
Mm. I want to take my phone, but I don't have no service.
Huh,
Like,
that's smart. That's actually really smart.
Let's say that you do. It's like if you take your phone, then you will have service. Let's just say that.
oh, I'm taking my motherfucking phone.
Right.
If I have a blunt, I need to grab that. Like I'm gonna be stressed up out.
Just
Like,
one?
out.
Just one single
Like
blunt?
if that's the only blunt I got, if I can't grab nothing else, one blunt. If I grab my jar, I need to snatch that one blunt. So a blunt and shit. Probably like some food. Snatch up some food, like my favorite snacks. Like try to get my favorite snack real quick, like a bag of Takis or something.
There you go.
So you be smoking down?
I be smoking down.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Drink.
so if you're comfortable answering, like, how much you be smoking? You be smoking like a blunt a day? 2 blunts? 3?
I've had my fair share of ghetto-ness with blunts. Okay,
Ooh.
I've had my fair share. We just have my fair share with really hitting, really going in on the weed. You know,
Right.
I've definitely had days where I smoked, you know, like a couple of blunts, more than 3 probably. You know, and kept it pushing. So.
Right.
But like on average, like what would be like the regular for you?
Oh, regular? I probably would say I mostly smoke out of my bong. So I would say like probably like
we love bong rips.
Yeah, 3 bong rips a day, probably like 3 bowls.
Okay. And are you somebody who can smoke? Can you smoke like early in the day, or does that just wreck your day?
I don't like smoking earlier in the day because it will make me tired.
Yeah.
Like when I don't have nothing to do, I do because I can be able to like move slow and be able to like do face routine slow. I can stretch slow. You know, I don't have to do too much.
It's just like luxuriating.
Yeah, it makes you feel more like relaxed, more like there's no pressure. There's no pressure because there's really not. You know, I have nothing to do.
Yeah, I can't smoke anymore. I'm like such a lightweight. I used to, so back when I grew up in Michigan, Sassy. And when I lived in Michigan, before I moved for like a couple of years, I would smoke because my roommate would smoke. She smokes down. And so we would smoke together all the time, like after work and shit. And we worked at the same place too. But that weed was like, that was like the kind of weed that you have to like break down and like pick out the sticks and the seeds and shit. Do you know what I mean? This was like before like dispensaries were like really a thing like that, you know? And so I used to have a great time. We used to have the gravity bong. Do you know what that is?
What's a gravity bong?
It's when
like it's like a bottle, right?
Yeah, like you would cut like a 2 liter in half and like fill like a bucket or a sink with water. And so you cut the 2 liter in half, and then you have to like make a hole at the top, like the what is that thing called? Like the lid. What's that thing? Yeah,
or like the
little lid, like the thing that you screw on the top of the 2 liter, the cap. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm like, am I high right now? And so you have to cut a hole in it, and then you put like a little, like, you know, like the ratchets that you like, the tool, like the ratchet, the little piece that goes in that. So you put that in the lid, and then you put your weed in it, and then you light it. You put it down in the water, you light it, and then you pull it up, and it fills the whole 2 liter with. She's like, Sassy's like, let me go try this shit. It fills the whole thing all with smoke, and so then you unscrew the cap, and then you suck it all in. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
You only need like one, and you only need like this much weed.
Yeah, my girlfriend's boyfriend, there was one time we did it and he was really a lightweight and that nigga passed out. Like he like took a hit and was like,
And
I
that
feel a
nigga's
little lightheaded. And then he like literally like passed out. And we were like, what the
All
fuck?
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's crazy.
But I can't smoke anymore. I have like CBD joints that have like trace amounts of THC in them. And like I love like a little cute moment, like, ooh, like I'm smoking and I'll be like feeling like a little high still off of that. But like this shit out here, like the weed out here is like too strong for me. I be getting anxiety. I be like thinking like, am I breathing? Like, like overthinking shit. Like, am I taking enough breath? Like, am I gonna die tonight while I'm sleeping? Like hella
Oh my
anxiety.
god.
Yeah, it's like
I
too
know
much.
it's scary.
Um,
Maybe try doing like something creative on it, or to get like an indica. Maybe you were taking like sativas. And
Yeah,
sativas do
maybe.
that to your mind. Indicas kind of slow you down.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, like, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Like, I kind of like just being like
No,
in my like
yeah.
sober mind. You know what I mean?
I mean
Like
I
what?
personally like to smoke a lot, but
Uh,
yeah, you're not missing anything. If you don't
uh,
do it, like you're really not missing anything. It's just like
yeah.
drinking. Like I used to be like, oh my god, how could people like not drink? And like now that I'm like in my 30s, I'm like, I know how people
Mm-mm.
cannot drink.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I don't
fully.
I don't drink at all. I
Yeah.
just
It's cute every now and then, but then now I'm starting to get to the point where it's like I don't even want to drink no more.
No, and then like you be getting them hangovers and be like, shit, I fucked
2
up a whole
days, like
day.
2
Yeah.
fucking days, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like don't have any energy to go do the things that I want to do out in the
Can't even
world.
get up. Like yeah,
Yes.
it's the worst.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so the island, what about you, kid? You can take
What's that?
3 things with you. The island, but I feel like we should say that you can't have self-service because if you have self-service, then you're just going to be able to get off of the island. Isn't that like go against the
Okay.
point?
Yeah.
calling somebody.
Well, no, I would say my laptop then, so I can like at least write something. I don't know, like write like plays or something.
How are you going to
books.
plug it in?
Fuck, nigga, I don't know.
Right. I was like, are you gonna
I
say-
guess I'm just gonna take some goddamn books. I guess I'm just gonna take some goddamn blunts, and I think I'm just gonna take some goddamn, I don't know, some toothpaste so I can make sure my teeth are at least nice and they're not falling out my mouth.
I'll have the snacks then. Shit.
Yeah.
I'll have the snacks then.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I think I would take like a good starter pack of food, but so I could,
Yeah.
in the meantime, so I'm not just dying.
Well, I don't
Right.
eat, so.
It's so skinny.
I don't eat.
It's like so like it's like cliche. It's like the cliche answer to be like food, water. But like I also it's like if you're on an island, like what if there's no like fresh water? Like what if it's just salt water? Am I gonna get a pan and like boil the shit down? Like can you boil seawater and make it drinkable? Like how does that even work?
That's what I always thought too, but I'm like, maybe I guess you could, but
I don't know if it works like that.
I know
But
I
I
don't think
don't
so
know.
either. Because I don't think
I'm
it's
no
like salt,
scientist.
like you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I would say like food, water, and then a nigga. No, I'm just
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I don't even like reading, so I feel like just taking books. But I guess if you don't have anything else to do, you need something to
Yeah, you're gonna be
entertain
bored out of
your
your
mind.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess food, water, and books. Shit, it sounds like an awful life.
Mm.
But thanks for writing in.
Right.
Okay. Somebody says, have y'all ever been catfished?
Yeah.
For real? Tell us
Yes,
the
I've been
story.
catfish. And I had somebody using my photos to catfish. So I've been
Shit.
I've been crazy shit with catfishing. So the first time I got catfished, of course, was through Snapchat. Like, what else app would you get catfished through, right? So there's this guy. He was I'm sorry. He literally had hit me up, and he was like, "Let's go on a date. Let's go to dinner or whatever." I'm like, "Cool, let's do it. I'm down." All I'm going based off really is a photo that he sent me and his Bitmoji. So I'm like, okay. The photo that he sent me was him, like, I guess, like 10, 20 years younger.
Ooh.
Or something. He was looking, good
In the photo.
in the photo. He come pick me up.
No, ma'am.
Wait, so
I'm
if you
like,
could describe this person, since you're already telling the story and spilling tea, so in the picture, how would you describe him?
he was
What were you attracted
very
to?
he was very handsome. He was very brown. You
Uh-huh.
know, he looked good. Like he had a nice line. You know,
Was he
good
like
cheekbone.
muscular, like
He
skinny?
wasn't too muscular. He was a good, like a good, not skinny, but like when they're like
Yeah,
average weight, like
yeah. But he just looked
oh,
good.
he looked good. Like he looked like a regular nigga, like
Mm, mm,
regular Hispanic.
mm.
I see him in person. I'm thinking he's probably taller than me. Tiny. I told you how tall I am.
How
Yeah.
tiny was he? Like,
He's like probably like 5 foot. I'm 5'2".
oh,
I'm 5'2".
shit.
Probably like 5 foot.
Yikes.
Not fit. Let's just say not fit. Jawline wasn't there. Wasn't no jawline.
Oh. Oh.
So the pictures just weren't even
Wait,
kind
It didn't look like the same person. It didn't
did
look
you
like the
get in
same
the
person.
car?
I still went to dinner. Yes,
Oh, of course. I mean,
I still went to dinner.
I wouldn't have
Yeah,
gone. I would have been scared. I'd be
I
like,
was
if you're
like,
gonna
I
lie to
need.
me about your appearance, like what? Like, are you gonna kidnap me? You gonna keep
this
me
is true
hostage in a
too.
basement? Like,
Yeah,
Two things can be right at the same time. Yeah.
yeah.
mm,
I did still go though because I was like, I want some gyros.
yeah,
Some euros. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
love
And
those.
I was like, let me go get that.
So you just played it off the whole time?
Yeah, it was so crazy because I literally went to the bathroom, started texting a whole nother nigga. I was like,
Oh,
these bathroom, and I left. I had to go. I was like, cannot.
We love
I
that.
cannot.
so you left and then you just left him?
No. I left to go to the bathroom. I couldn't just leave. Then I would feel bad, but I have something to feel bad about, if I
Yeah,
just disappeared on the guy. So, I mean, I'm grateful he didn't kidnap me. So,
yeah,
We
yeah,
are too,
yeah, yeah,
girl.
back to the table.
yeah.
So I went back to the table, and just finished my meal and then went home.
And at the end of the day, was he like, "Oh, I really enjoyed this. Like, I would love to see you
Yes.
again."
He's like, I enjoyed this. I would love to see you again. And it's crazy because I got unouted him on everything. And to this day, he still tries to talk to me. Still tries to talk to me. Still tries to go out. Says he misses my smile, misses the high cheekbones. I'm like, okay, nigga. I don't know, but
Yeah. Do you have like a type
I
that you
don't really
typically
like.
go for?
I wouldn't say I have a type because like I swing every single way around the globe, you know. So like I wouldn't say I
You
really have a type.
Okay. All right.
you mean wait, yeah, when you say that, can you clarify? You mean like men, women, trans folks? Like
Man,
what do you mean everything?
yeah, man, trans. I do not give a fuck.
Oh,
I'm not.
God.
Like,
Okay.
I'm not
Sassy the
fucking.
Cap, our pansexual queen.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am. Like I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I like fuck if I feel like if I'm down to fuck, I'm gonna let you know. One thing about me, I'm very honest. I'm
Yeah.
not really shy when it comes. I'm just like, yo, like I'm really digging what you're putting down. I would like for you to put that down over here. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's really
Okay.
God.
nothing. Like I said, I'm a Capricorn. I don't really.
Love that.
Okay. Kid, do you have a type typically?
Not really. Like, I don't have a racial preference. I really don't have a size preference. Maybe,
Body size, or you mean
like, I don't want them
size
too
to get your
big, but
back
I don't want them
blown
too
out?
small.
Yeah,
Body size.
I felt that part. Like,
Because I don't
I
like
felt
them too big and I don't like them too small. Like, I don't like too skinny. I don't like too big.
you just can't be shorter than me. Like I'm not that big, bro. Like,
Yeah,
Mm,
height doesn't really matter for me per se.
mm.
I can see for why for like a female, but not for me. For a guy, yeah, I don't really care about height too much.
yeah. But what about Sassy? Jumping back over to you real quick. What about like if you were dating somebody who wasn't like a cis man? Like, does it matter? Like, what if you had like a cute little 5 foot girl, or you want her?
I don't do femmes. I don't do femmes. I ain't gonna lie. I don't do femmes.
Okay, so if it was like a 5 foot
Uh,
butch like stud,
No.
or a trans
Taller
man.
than me.
What about a trans man?
Everything gotta be taller than me.
Okay,
Fuck with me, you gotta be taller.
okay.
that's most women. That's most women though.
Okay, so for those of you who are listening right now, unfortunately, Sassy had a little bit of an emergency that she needed to go run to handle. So Kid and I are going to finish out this last question here that we have, and then we'll finish out the episode. And so if you're wondering why you don't hear Sassy anymore, that is why. But we love her down. Go check out Sassy the Cap on all social media platforms. Listen to her music. And yeah, get your life. So, Kid, somebody says, was recently on a date and the dude I was out with was hella rude to the server we had. I really like this guy, but can't get that moment out of my mind. What should I do?
I would definitely address it, and then if he doesn't like adhere to it, then I would mark it as a red flag. I cannot stand people who do that and who
Yeah.
would not have no problem embarrassing you and making you look like some type of asshole. No, don't do that to me, because I would have definitely probably even checked him in front of the guy and been like, wait a minute, why are we talking to him like that? Like I
Right.
would have did some shit like that, like because I don't give a fuck about nobody that goddamn bad. Like no, so
Yeah,
no.
and it's like, and they said that they were on a date. So it's like y'all aren't even like, it's not even like this is like you're a man. Like you just were out
Right? There's
with
no
this
way. There's
person.
no way.
No, absolutely not. Because it's like if they're willing to treat a complete stranger like rudely like
Right.
that, like they definitely are about to be dragging your ass through the house.
Right. And that means they have no
So
empathy, because it's like, bitch, if you were on the other side of this table taking our orders, you would want somebody to talk to you properly. So,
yeah,
no.
yeah, it's really interesting to me. I feel like honestly, like here, like worldwide, like I think that when people are teenagers, they should have to work in like a restaurant or like they should have to do some kind of like customer service job
For sure.
because I really feel like it would like fix a lot of things in the world. Like if you like are exposed to having to like be in customer service, like work for other people or whatever, be like a server or
That'd
some
be a
shit.
little nicer.
Yeah, I feel like it would make the world a lot nicer. It like blows my mind when people are like rude. I'm overly nice to like wait staff or like, you know, whoever.
Mm, same.
All right, do you have time for one more?
Sure, we can do one more.
Okay, so the last question says, do y'all have any crazy experiences the first time you got drunk?
Well, I wouldn't remember.
Nothing.
I'm trying to think. Like I know I like, don't remember if I get, and I'm not the type that like fight nobody or nothing like that. So it just ends
Uh,
up me in a place sleeping somewhere. Like it really,
would
like I'm not one of those drunks.
yeah, would you fight if
I mean,
somebody
if I
was
had
trying
to,
it?
if they were trying it, but most people don't try it. Like I'll walk away, and then people are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
bitch, pussy, or whatever." No, okay, I don't care. I mean, that don't happen, but I'm just saying, like, if it did, like, I don't care about words, like, cause I could talk shit all day. I'd be like, "Your mother, your fucking dead granny, bitch," like all that. You know? Your ugly ass fucking Benjamin Button looking baby, bitch. You know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my first time that I ever got drunk, I was so I had like this little like boyfriend, and then I had recently broken up with him and I was interested in this other person. And so I that person told me that they weren't interested in me. So then I was like super emotional. I had never even had like a drop of alcohol before. And so yeah, and so I was like, we were at a house party together, me and this person who said they weren't interested in me. We were at a house party, and I like, you know, the bottom shelf like alcohol, like that'll be in like the plastic bottles.
Mm-hmm.
It was like some of that, like some vodka, and I just took the
Ugh.
bottle and was just like glug 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 glug. I was like, I want to get drunk. Do you know what I mean? Like not even
Pop
knowing.
off. It was like some pop off, some plastic
Yeah,
bottle
fully,
shit. Yeah,
fully,
you're
fully.
gonna die. Yeah.
Yeah, fully. And so I like was just like it just went downhill so fast. And like I have brief memories of like being in a closet, like on top of like you know how people collect like their cans to take like to get money from. This bitch had like a bag of cans in her closet, and I was like laying on top of them, like crying at a certain point. And then
Oh my god.
I just remember puking for so long. And so my
Yeah.
head was just like in the toilet, puking, 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 puking. And then this sweet, sweet boy that was like at this party walked his drunk ass down to whatever corner store and got me some like white cheddar Cheez-Its. And still to this day, I can't eat them because like I ate those so fast and then I just puked them all out. So like it's like there's like a stuck memory in my mind of like white cheddar Cheez-Its and like just puke, like the mixture of the two. So
That's why I
yeah,
can't drink Malibu rum. I had like that's probably like like I had a situation in Malibu Run where I couldn't drink no
Yeah.
Malibu Run.
Yeah. I remember too, I I was when I like at some point when I was puking in the toilet, I was like I was still living at home at the time. I was young, and I was supposed to be home that night. I didn't ask my parents like if I could stay out. And so I remember I had somebody call my parents on my phone and give me the phone. So like off of my phone. And so I called and my dad answered and I was like, "Hi mom, I'm not going to be able to make it home tonight." And then she was like, "I'm staying at my friend's house." And then was like, just didn't go home or whatever. But yeah, it was a
That's
fucking mess.
funny.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right. Well, that marks another X marks the spot. If you do want to call in, that number is 415-448-6630. Shout out to SassieThaCap for joining us this episode, and also as a kid to Phil for joining us here for the Q&A segment.
What's good?
Getting real at the X spot.
Right.
So, thank you guys for listening to the episode. It's going to be a little shorter this time, but with that, go follow us on social media, check out our music, our art, all of that. Check out SassieThaCap. And with that, this has been another episode of X Talk. All right. My titties hurt.
Why?
I did chest today at the gym.
Give us everything you got. X Talk, never stop. Tune right in, you know the spot. X Talk, body rock. Give us everything you got. X Talk, never stop. Tune right in, you know the spot.
Stop.